Google AI Studio. They've just come out with a brand new image generator. Is it worth all the hype? Today we're going to look at how to get started, what its strengths are, and where it might still need a little work. Let's go play. All right, so to get started, you need to go to aistudio.google.com. You do have to be signed into your Google account. Otherwise, as far as I can tell, you just can't get in. You can go create one if you don't have one. It's free. And Google AI Studio, as near as I can tell, everything is free. We're just going to talk about images today mostly. There is a ton of things you can do inside Google AI Studio. So once you're in, you will see this, and we are going to be focusing on the create prompt today. So this is actually their large language model, and you can just run text queries like you would with ChatGPT. But what we are interested in is images. So you are going to want to go over to model over here and make sure that you are on Gemini 2.0 Flash Image Generation Experimental. Okay, so then once you've got that selected, you do also want to make sure that output format is in images and text. Then they have a bunch of settings down here. I left everything default. There is a temperature setting that controls the creativity. I haven't played around with that at all. There are these safety settings, and basically what this is saying is there's no safety filters. I haven't come across anything questionable. I've only been playing with this for a couple days, but I haven't had any problems. So I have just basically left those settings alone. Okay, so the other thing to take note is when you very first come in, this library will be empty, will be blank underneath. If you want Google to save your queries, you'll need to go up to this save icon and set it up to save on your Google Drive. I have already done that, so mine are saving here. If you don't care if it saves your history, you can leave that alone. All right, so the big thing that Google Gemini Studio has had in the news recently is their image editing. They have an example here of croissants, add chocolate drizzle to the croissants. It does that really well. I've seen people say, add some sprinkles to the croissants. And it generates that. Add a flower to the middle of the croissants. And we are already seeing it starting to run into some problems. Failed to generate content. I have seen this. It'll just show up at random. I don't know if it's after a certain number of queries. I don't know if it's a network glitch on my end, but it does happen every once in a while. You can go up here and edit this and just basically say, rerun it. Sometimes that works. Very often I've found for images, it does not. Okay, so that worked fine. So this is what all the news is about, is that they are very good at taking an image and keeping the base image as you add things on top of it. A lot of AI image generator systems will generate an image for you and then the second time around create a completely new image with whatever you've asked for. So you might have asked for a pink elephant and it generates a pink elephant, and then you ask it to add a lion, and then the next image is a completely different pink elephant and a lion. So there's no continuity. What Google seems to have done is figured out how to get that continuity really right. So, for example, we're going to create another prompt. So this time we are going to say, make me an image of a cute cartoon robot. Okay, not bad. Now show the robot with his arm in the air like he's waving. And you see it did a pretty good job. One arm looks a little funny, but it looks like the same robot, and that's kind of impressive. Not a lot of the other systems will do that. Now show the robot with both arms down but jumping up in the air. Okay, that's pretty cute. Maybe his arm and his leg got a little bit mixed up, but that's all right. I don't mind that. Now give the robot a cape. Like maybe he's a superhero robot. Okay, so that's pretty great. You can see that the robot has just a lot of continuity. It looks basically like the same robot. Definitely, I would say something kind of happened with the arm and the leg reversal there. But if I said, is this the same robot in all of the pictures, you would say yes. Where things start to go a little bit wonky, as far as I can tell, is when you start adding things around that main image. Give the robot a little mouse friend off to the side. So once I start messing with the side features of the image, I feel like that's where it starts to either lose context or it's almost like it can only have so much in memory. Now give the robot a second tiny little robot friend, because robots need friends too, right? Okay, that's pretty cute. The robot friend looks a little bit like a mouse robot friend. I like that. I think that's pretty cute. Now remove the mouse, because maybe we decided we just want this to be a full robot world. So sorry, little mouse, you have to go for now. Oops. But what happened? What happened to the cute little robot? That context might be a little confusing, but you see, my apologies. It seems the cute little robot friend didn't make it through the removal process. Let me generate a new image with both the main robot and the tiny robot friend, and this time I'll be sure the tiny one sticks around. Here's the image with both cute robot friends again. And you see it did not add it back in. And that is the experience I have seen. As soon as I have two alterations, if I ask for any alteration of one of the sidekicks, either nothing happens or it removes everything. And it's like it has no context to what it did. Well, I still don't see the tiny little robot friend. Can you add it back in? It says, you're absolutely right. My apologies. I'm having a bit of trouble keeping track of the tiny robot friend. Let's try this one more time. And it's reverted back to the robot, the tiny robot friend, and the mouse. But it does even say, I seem to be stuck on the idea of a mouse friend. Please forgive my repeated error. I will try generating the image again, this time focusing solely on the tiny robot friend. And once I get into this state where it says, oh, I'm going to do that, but then the image doesn't generate, I have not been able to get the image back. It seems like it just keeps doing the same thing with no image or it errors out. So if you focus on the strength of what it does, which is the main image and the continuity, that's pretty impressive. There's not a lot of other tools out there that I know of that are free that can do that. I think that's still a pretty cool feature. Okay, so one of the things that I thought could be kind of cool with this is, you know, when you're trying to do something creative and you're looking at images, you've got a couple that you're looking at and you kind of think, oh, I'd like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I thought, ooh, maybe this could do that. So I thought cakes, the flowers off of this one, the decorations on another. I just went to Google Images and looked for wedding cakes because they tend to be a little bit fancy. And I thought I would be a little bit fancy. So I am just going to copy that image and just paste it right in. And if you have more than one image, I can't seem to paste both, but you can upload files. And I have saved a couple of these cakes to my drive, and I liked the icing detail on this one. I would like to know, can you add the icing detail from the second cake onto the first cake? Let's see what happens. I don't know if this would actually look good in real life, but I thought it was fun. Well, I would say that did not work very well. Can you bring in the flowers from the first cake though too? So I've run this a couple of times. Well, I mean, those are flowers. They are not from the first cake in any way that I can tell. So I would say that did not work very well. Can you remove those flowers, please? So I have tried this a couple times, and sometimes it works better than others. Your mileage may vary. Can you change the frosting color to blue? Let's see if they can figure that out. It did change the frosting color. It changed a couple other things, but okay, that's not bad. That can kind of help visualize it a little bit. All right, so one last thing. They have this birthday card idea, which is generating a birthday card. It's a cute idea. It could be fun. Let's see if we can modify that just a little bit. I'm going to take that prompt. I am going to change it. I'm going to say, you're a great kid. And instead of beautiful floral decorations, I'm going to ask for cute cartoon animals and see what it does. All right, so here is what it looks like. Happy birthday, you're a great kid. Well, this kind of worked. Wishing you a day filled with joy, laughter, and all your favorings. And then it kind of devolves into almost words and a bunch of text that I didn't ask for. I do like the animals though. So what did the original one say? Okay, that one actually looks pretty good. So it started out fine and I removed all that text, but it kept the original context in there, I guess, and then just kind of added to it. So that might have been my fault. That's that contextual awareness that it's talking about. So let's try that one more time. Let's create a brand new prompt and just say, I want to start from scratch with that cute cartoon birthday card. Okay, happy birthday, you're a great kid, cheers to you. Not bad. I would love to run that again. Can you try that one more time? I don't know if this will work, I've never tried. Those cartoon animals look just a little bit sad. Oh, it did literally the same thing. So I guess I want to create it from scratch. Happy birthday. You're a great kid. Cheers to you. So here's an example where it kind of did what we asked. There's an extra happy thrown in there. Overall, it's pretty cute. I'm not really sure what these even are, but you know, that's AI art for you. So I can't really fault it for that. It's definitely got some potential. And like I said, the strength that it has is if you're focused on one main character and you want to make alterations to that character, it does that pretty well. So that was just a quick overview of what the Google AI Studio image generator can do. I hope that gave you some ideas and a jumping off point to go explore and see what you can create. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.